Tori, career high 17 points. Angie, you had 14 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. I'll set this here for you guys if you want to look at it. And we'll take it away with questions whenever you guys are ready.
All right, so to start with the obvious, Tori, career high 17 points. What was working well for you tonight?
My teammates helped me get open a lot. I feel like they were pressuring in, or they would go double on the cuts or on the drives, and then I'd cut and was open, and they were able to hit me on those shots. So then I was able to knock them down.
I'm going to tap into that. She was just gritty. She works her butt off every day in practice, and I'm very happy to see that it's paying off, and she does what we needed to do. Coach told us to 45 cut. She was 45 cut, and she was grabbing rebounds. She was being aggressive. She's phenomenal.
And in a game like this, there's a lot of emotions, but what positives did you guys see from your team in terms of energy and effort?
We didn't give up. We knew it was going to be a battle. We got hit, and I think it was important that we stay composed and, kept chipping away and fought back. I think our team has a lot of fight, and, it's what separates the good from the great, and we want to be great.
And what do you think was key to your team's success tonight?
I think we were just gritty. We didn't have a great start in the first quarter, but we just kept going at it and kept attacking and never gave up. So.
Also, Tori Schlegel, she stepped up tonight. I think if Tori Schlegel was right there, but you never know who it's going to be, and tonight was her night. Her name was called, and she did her thing, and we're proud of her, and it's only gonna grow and go up from there.
Tori, let me start with you. Just, shooting's been a bit of a scuffle for you here of late, so tonight just to see the ball go through, especially this time of year, to have a game like that, a career night, what can that do for you?
It definitely helps my confidence. I've been in the gym a lot just trying to, work on my shot and just, see it go in the hoop, and today it did that, so it felt good. And it felt good to be able to get the dub with that.
It felt like timely ones tonight, too. It wasn't just that they went in. It was like when nothing was falling, all of a sudden you got one. And it was that was what kept you in it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I just shout out again to my teammates. They were really able to hit me when I was open, and then the shots fell, which was good to see.
Can I add on to that? Tori is just a really poised freshman. She has a lot of composure, which is pretty rare. I wish I had it as a freshman, but she knows what she's doing. She's not phased. She's not easily shaken. And I think we needed that composure today. I think it helped us.
Angie, do you think, in some ways, a game like this, you never want to play less than your best, certainly, but now that it's getting into crunch time, last couple of weeks of the regular season, you guys are going into a bye, is it almost like a wake-up call to be like, hey, we can't afford that kind of start this time of year?
I'd say, yeah, definitely a wake-up call, but it also proves that we can get out of a funk like that. I wouldn't be able to say the same early on in the game. Early on in the conference, when Oral Roberts came and punched us hard, we weren't able to recover. But I feel like it shows how tough we are, and it's gonna be nitty-gritty. It's almost March. Teams are gonna be giving us their best, but we have to stay solid, stay composed, and keep fighting.
Was there anything specific that Kansas City was doing to make offense tough, especially early on, and then again at the start of the second half?
Yeah. No, Kansas City is a very physical team, so they were just being physical and tough, and we had to match that and be better.
All right, any more questions?
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
We have head coach Carrie Amey after a 70-65 overtime win tonight. Coach, we'll start with a brief opening statement and then get to some questions.
Well, we got off to a slow start offensively. Unfortunately, our defense kept us in it, kept us close enough to where we could get our offense going in the second quarter. I thought that your second quarter offense scored 20 points, and got it to where it was manageable at halftime and felt good about that. But lots of credit to Kansas City. I thought they had a really good game plan. I thought they executed really, really well. Early in the game, I thought their pressure really bothered us. It wasn't necessarily a surprise. Sometimes when you you know what to expect. It's one thing, but you still got to be able to handle it. And I thought we were kind of standing around quite a bit, and we did get some good attacks at the rim, and they had some good contests, and we weren't doing a great job of finding the next open player, but. Overall, I thought that the energy of the game changed when Tori and Josie came in and gave us a spark, and that's probably the best college basketball game total game that Tori's played all year, and we needed it, and she definitely was the spark for us off the bench, and Josie came in and did a great job as well.
So you had players like Tori step up tonight. What were some of the positives you saw from her and other athletes?
Yeah, I mean, she right away she came in and just gave us a different kind of energy. She found some cuts in the offense that were available. Everybody else was kind of standing around, and when you're playing against pressure, you got to be willing movers and cutters. And I thought she came in and just found those right away, and was able to score a layup and hit a three and just get us going. I think too defensively she did a really nice job. So yeah, and then also I thought Josie did a great job of coming in and had 11 rebounds tonight and 9 points, so close to a double-double, but liked what she was doing on both ends of the floor. Those two together just really really saved us in the first quarter and then kind of thereafter.
And what adjustments did you see from your team as a whole to bounce back after that first quarter?
Well, I think a couple of things. I think offensively, we did a better job of understanding that we can't just stand around against the pressure, that we had to be better movers, that we had to, get in situations where we were attacking the rim rather than letting them kind of dictate us and where we were catching the ball and where we were gonna, shoot and attack from. I also thought offensively we got going a little bit in transition, which kind of gave us a little bit of momentum and got our offense going a little bit in the half court as well.
And what did you learn from this game as you head deeper into conference play?
Well, I mean, I'm learning that it doesn't always have to feel good for this team to win. It's kind of what happened to us last week on the road as well. At Denver we struggled for a little bit, especially in the first half, and ORU we had a stretch where things didn't feel good. And I think it's really important for a team to learn how to win when things aren't going well, and when you're not necessarily playing your best basketball. We're in mid-February. This is like just find a way to win time. And, we've been able to do that here for more than one game in a row, a couple of them on the road, but now here at home as well. And, so yeah, I think this team, there's a togetherness about them. They when things get hard, I think earlier in the season it was a little bit different. They were still trying to learn about each other, and when you've got 13 new players, it's there's not that kind of chemistry. But now you're starting to see this kind of cohesion and this kind of collective. Hey, we're not gonna lose. We're gonna figure this out and find a way to win.
Just to follow up on Tori, she had, I don't know if it's freshman wall or what, but she's been really kind of scuffling shooting it here lately. So what can a night like tonight, obviously not just the fact that the ball went in, but the fact that she was such a pivotal part of you guys figuring it out tonight, what can that do for her? Yeah, I mean, I think it can be a huge confidence builder for a freshman, to be able to come into a game like this where your team's struggling and be the reason why you have a 20-point quarter where you get yourself, your team back in the game. And I think with Tori, you're right. I mean, there's been games where she's been aggressive. We've asked her to stay aggressive, and things just weren't dropping, and shots weren't falling. And I thought what I thought was great tonight is she found a lot of things in different ways. She hit a couple threes. She had a couple great cuts. She scored it in transition. So. She kind of did it in a lot of different ways, and I think
for us, to have a freshman playing like this as we kind of move towards the end of the season, regular season, and into tournament play, we've talked to her a little bit about like, hey, you've played enough minutes now. We're not going to treat you like a freshman. You're a sophomore, and she's starting to play like that.
Just kind of building off too what you said about winning when it doesn't feel good. Angie made a comment that, she's not sure that even when the ORU loss happened, that this team would have responded to that.
Yep.
And now that's just a sign of how different the group is. I mean, it's kind of adding on to what you said, but is that a fair way to look at it?
Absolutely. They've learned and grown together and kind of learned how to win together. And, I think this is a group, we've talked a lot about it. They've had chemistry for the whole time. With as many new ones and all of that, they've always had the chemistry, but now they have the experience of playing together. That's kind of galvanizing. And, they've been through adversity. They've been through tough wins or tough losses and really fun wins and those kind of things. And I think now you're kind of seeing this group really come together and have that collective kind of resiliency that they need to be able to fight when it doesn't feel good.
Just lastly, get a little extra time off now before, obviously huge stretch. We've got Omaha here next week, but NDSU comes to town on Saturday. You still got to go to STSU, got to go to Grand Forks. Extra time off right now before you hit that stretch, which obviously is followed by the most important part of the season. Like that?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I think anytime you can get 2 days in a row off right now, it's a blessing, and timing, people ask, is it good now? Would it have been a good earlier, whatever, it comes when it comes, and we'll take it. We've got lots of players that have played quite a few minutes here in the last few weeks, and so, we'll take the extra day of rest and, try to stay fresh mentally. I think these last couple of weeks of the season into, the conference tournament, you want your players to be as fresh as you possibly can be. And so, I think, like I said, the timing is just, you'll take it when you get it. Our first bye was the first game of the conference season, so we've been going straight through. So I think, this is as good as it could be.
Thanks, Carrie.
You're welcome.